We're here in Sydney at our Data Resiliency event, where we've just wrapped up the keynote to over 400 technology executives from around Australia. Mark Iles, Chief Analyst of Asia Pacific from Canalys, joined us to share a bunch of insights about what's happening in the cybersecurity and data resiliency landscape. Mark, thanks for joining us. What did you find to be the current state of the market through all the research that you've been doing recently?
Look, 2025, we live in interesting times, as we say, and just that combination of what's happening between cloud plus AI plus cyber plus resiliency is just creating a huge amount of change, and along with change, a huge amount of opportunity for partners. So we've got spend levels increasing, not just total IT budgets, but specifically around cyber. So with our latest survey from obviously Australian customers, 62% are going to spend more on IT next year than this year. That's a tremendous number for the channel. They should be excited about that. But also 65% are going to spend more on cyber. So we do have what we call this kind of long runway in cyber, which is there's a lot of companies out there, and our favorite stat, or my favorite stat, if you look at frameworks, is only 28% of mid-market customers in Australia even have Essential 8 implemented. And if you know Essential 8 is a pretty basic framework for making sure you've got basic multi-factor authentication and you're changing passwords. So we have a huge runway of opportunity here for partners in Australia.
That's really exciting, and it's nice to see the economy going back into growth, especially for our partners, with such a huge amount of businesses now wanting to spend on technology and in particular cybersecurity. Mark, what are the gaps that you're seeing between what partners think their end customers want and what end customers actually want in 2025 and beyond?
I'm laughing, Ben, because we always have this conversation around, well, how do you intersect the intersection of doing customer research says, well, actually, here's what the customer wants. And then we do the partner research and they go, well, here's what we're selling and here's what we're doing. And we go, well, okay, that's great, but they don't necessarily align. Now, they're reasonably well aligned, but we still see a disconnect between customers really wanting more help around cyber in education and just being able to understand how to apply and how to think about cyber. So we need to take, from a partner standpoint, we're still focusing a little bit too much on point solutions. We're trying to take a solution that we've got and just take that solution to the customer. We've got to be stepping back from that and thinking, what is that customer's threat landscape? How do we educate them on where they should be applying solutions, how they should be thinking about spend, and how do we do that with frameworks? So we have to come up a level as a channel and be thinking more broadly about cyber, not just jumping straight to point solutions. That's what customers are wanting in the marketplace. And I think those partners that can do that and can think a little bit more strategically and take a broader approach to customers will ultimately be more successful.
I really like that point, particularly around education for our partners. Our role as a distributor for a really long time has been to educate and enable and certify the whole industry. And now we need our partners to step up and to take that messaging through to their end customers to enable them and help them be more resilient and deploy the right solutions. So Mark, when you look at your end customers today, what's driving demand?
Well, it's funny, actually, number one from our most recent survey, somewhat unsurprisingly, and great that we had such a full room here as well. There's cybersecurity. So number one priority, actually it was last year, and it is this year again in the latest research, number one spending priority. The number one thing that's driving all investment priorities for Australian customers is cybersecurity. So it's way ahead at number one. Obviously AI comes not too far behind that. And again, with cyber, you've actually got to think about AI and cyber together. So that combination of AI-powered cyber, as we've got threat actors also using the same technology, we're in a little bit of an arms race there. But it's undoubtedly cybersecurity. Our insights and our research with customers and the market indicates security and cyber is going to be too complicated for most customers to do it themselves on a go-forward basis. We still see some customers going, no, it's fine, I'm going to implement some point solutions and some endpoint and I'm going to manage it myself. We think that market, because of regulation and the sheer complexity of threat actors and nation states, is going to get too complicated. So we've got less than 30% of customers currently have a managed security service in Australia. So that's a great opportunity for partners to be able to help customers go, you know what, we can do this, we're experts, we're professionals, we understand the regulations that apply to you, and we understand how to pull these solutions together to give you the right level of protection for your industry and for your budget.
I think that speaks so well to the value that our partners can bring to their end users. And I really loved your stat around 90% of the cybersecurity spend in the APAC region going through partners. It shows that partners are core to the ecosystem and core to the success of the cybersecurity and data resiliency policies and statutes that are going to be put forward in the years to come. For all of our partners out there, I would encourage you, if you want to operationalize what you've heard today, or you're looking to expand your cybersecurity portfolio, reach out to your Dicker Data representative. And Mark, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Ben.